Today, we're diving deep into a company that might just be sitting on a gold mine in the fight against cancer and aging. Immortio, they've just hit a major milestone with their lead asset, SenoVax, and we're going to break down what it means for investors and the future of medicine. So what's the big news? Immortio's international patent application for SenoVax has been published. This isn't just paperwork. It's a critical step that secures their intellectual property and validates their unique strategy. SenoVax is what's called a senolytic immunotherapy, or more simply, a senescence vaccine. Its goal is to train your own immune system to hunt down and destroy senescent cells. Why is this important? Senescent cells are often called zombie cells. They stop dividing but refuse to die, and they accumulate as we age. They're linked to a host of age-related diseases, including cancer. By clearing them out, the theory is you can combat these diseases at their root. In animal studies, SenoVax has shown impressive results, reducing tumor growth in several types of cancer and even extending lifespan and health span. This isn't just an anti-aging play. It's a serious oncology platform. Immortio is starting with the fastest path to human validation: advanced non-small cell lung cancer. They already have an active investigational new drug application, or IND, on file, which means they are actively engaged with regulators to begin human trials. Now let's talk about the product itself. What makes SenoVax special? Unlike small molecule drugs that you might have to take daily, SenoVax is designed to work like a vaccine. It leverages your immune memory. This could mean more durable effects with less frequent dosing, a huge advantage for patient adherence and long-term safety. By using the body's own immune system, it could also be more specific in targeting zombie cells, potentially leading to fewer side effects compared to other approaches. The commercial strategy is smart. Start in oncology, where the need is urgent and the path to approval is clearer. Then expand into broader age-related conditions like frailty or organ degeneration once safety is well established. Let's look at the market potential. Focusing just on their first target, non-small cell lung cancer, the numbers are significant. There are over 2 million new cases of lung cancer globally each year. About a quarter of those patients, roughly 550,000 people, could be eligible for a late-line therapy like SenoVax. Now, oncology biologics often launch with prices anywhere from $40,000 to $150,000 per treatment. If we use a conservative estimate of $50,000, you can see the market size is enormous. And remember, this is just the first step. A successful move into age-related chronic diseases would expand this market by an order of magnitude. Of course, they aren't alone in this space. The competitive landscape is worth watching. Unity Biotechnology was a pioneer in senolytics, but their clinical failures show that what works in animals doesn't always translate to humans. Other companies like 𝗕𝗥𝗘𝗢𝗥𝗡 Biotechnologies are using gene therapy approaches. Most of the competition, however, is focused on small molecule drugs. Immortio's immunotherapy approach really sets them apart. If they can prove that immune memory leads to long-lasting clearance of senescent cells, SenoVax could become a best-in-class therapy with a unique safety and efficacy profile. Over the past year, we've seen Immortio make real progress. The patent publication is a huge de-risking event for their intellectual property. The active and confirms they're on the regulatory map. But there are still gaps. We need more details on the full toxicology reports, their manufacturing plan. Is it a personalized, autologous process or a scalable, allogeneic one, and their financial runway? These are the standard but crucial questions for any early-stage biotech company. So how do we put a number on this? A risk-adjusted discounted cash flow model gives us a starting point. Let's focus only on the lung cancer indication for the next 5 years. We'll assume 550,000 addressable patients, a price of $50,000, and a gradual market penetration. The biggest variable, of course, is the probability of success. In our base case, we'll use a 15% probability of making it to market. With these assumptions, the 5-year risk-adjusted revenue comes out to about $585 million in present value. In an upside scenario with a 30% chance of success, that number doubles to over $1 billion. In a downside scenario with only a 5% chance, it's closer to $195 million. Now, to get an idea of the company's value, we can apply a margin to that revenue. Let's say a 25% margin to account for costs. That gives us a base case enterprise value proxy of about $146 million, with an upside of nearly $300 million. It's important to remember this valuation completely ignores the massive potential in aging and frailty indications. What are the key catalysts to watch for over the next 2 to 5 years? The most critical one is phase 1 safety data. If SenoVax proves safe in humans, that's the first major hurdle cleared. After that, any early signs of efficacy, like tumor shrinkage, would dramatically increase the probability of success and attract big pharma partnerships. Demonstrating they can manufacture the therapy at scale is another key milestone. A sensitivity analysis confirms what many of us know about biotech. The valuation is overwhelmingly driven by the probability of clinical success. If that probability jumps from 5% to 30%, the potential value skyrockets. Price and market share are important, but they don't fundamentally change the risk-adjusted picture. It all comes down to whether the science works in people. Given this high-risk, high-reward profile, how should an investor approach this? This is a perfect scenario for a structure called a contingent value right, or CVR. This allows for a modest upfront investment, with additional payments tied to specific milestones, like positive phase 1 data or the start of a pivotal trial. It's a way for investors and the company to share the upside while limiting risk before the key clinical questions are answered. Let's be clear about the risks. Clinical translation is the big one. Strong animal data is no guarantee of human success. There's also the risk of immunotoxicity if the immune response isn't precise. It could cause autoimmune issues. Manufacturing can be complex and expensive, and the regulatory path for aging-related indications is still being paved. So what's the bottom line? The recent patent news and active are significant steps forward for Immortio. They have a credible, differentiated platform with enormous optionality in both oncology and aging. The value is currently held back by the inherent risks of early-stage biotech. But if they can deliver strong human safety and early efficacy data, the company's valuation could re-rate very, very quickly. For now, a structured investment is the most rational way to get exposure to this potentially groundbreaking technology. We'll be keeping a close eye on their clinical progress. This is one of those stories that could change the game. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the companies shaping our future.